Hey guys, Khadroth here. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Gilfest lotto that should be upcoming in September. I know a lot of you are pretty anxious about farming for it, and there's already plenty of other guides and videos covering it. But what I wanted to bring up was an alternative that might help you guys out. It's admittedly pretty niche due to the requirements, but if it helps even one of you guys save some quartz and not have to roll in the future, then this whole video will have been worth it. So let's jump right in. So by now, I'm sure many of you know about the Double Scotty system. It's going to be used heavily to farm during Gilfest due to its propensity to allow a 3-turn with minimal craft essences required. It will allow you to only have to use starting charge craft essences on your looper, enabling you to run with an otherwise full loadout of lotto currency craft essences instead. This will be a huge evolution in farming efficiency for many accounts that otherwise would have had to use multiple starting charge craft essences or take longer than 3 turns to clear the node. Now, many of you find yourselves in odd situations after the Scotty banner. You either failed to pull your own Scotty, or you managed to pull her but lack the loopers to help you 3-turn. Lacking Scotty means you're going to have to resort to either arts loopers or running it the old-fashioned way, with a hodgepodge of starting charge craft essences, AoE nukers, or somewhere in between. But I'm not going to cover that in this video. Instead, I'm going to talk to you about a rather odd alternative. Scotty, Dantes, Waver, Nero Bride. That's right, not Double Scotty. Now, why this system, you ask? Well, for starters, it should allow you to be able to take a support Dantes, yes, not Scotty. This system opens up possibilities for taking a powerful whale support Dantes with an MLB K-scope equipped. So I'm sure you have many questions. For starters, yes, it can loop from both the testing I've personally done as well as the numbers my friends have run. Will it work on Gilfest? Yes, it should. What are the drawbacks of this? You're going to have to find a good friend support or two and be able to keep refreshing your list for them. This is going to take time depending on the robustness of your friends list. You also won't be able to take a lotto drop craft essence support, which could be detrimental to anyone who desperately needs the drops. So what are the requirements? Well, let's start with the supporting crew. We have to be able to assume a couple things in this. One is that certain key skills are maxed to 10 to ensure the loop will not fail. Those are going to be Waver's 3rd skill, which will boost damage output, Nero Bride's 1st and 2nd skills, which will help NP gain and damage output respectively. And then all 3 of Scotty's skills needs to be maxed as well, especially because you'll only be operating with one of her in this system. Lastly, the support Dantes is going to need to be at least NP3. He's also going to need to be equipped with an MLB level 100 K-scope. Whew, that's a lot of stuff. Now, you might be able to get away with, say, 1 skill of those not at 10, or the K-scope not fully leveled to 100, but my advice is not to do that. Gun for these requirements if you can, and see if you can get a support friend to even help you out if need be. Because any deficiency in what I've stated before is going to require you to use an even higher NP level of Dante's support, which further limits your choices. Now, on screen should be some spreadsheets from my friend BobMosses, which will show you the minimal NP damage this setup will do. Parting could certainly be a factor in a comp like this, especially at the lowest recommended NP threshold. The Assassin node is probably going to be the worst for NP gain, but it should work just fine based off our calculations, and cards from your support casters will actually go further on that node due to their effective damage. Otherwise, your damage should be adequate on all nodes, with most of the potential for failure actually coming in the final wave. If the loop breaks down there, you're still relatively safe to do a 4-turn. And that brings me to another point. Don't worry so much about a 4-turn, guys. Obviously, it's not optimal, but it's not the end of the world. Do your best and try to get as many boxes as you can. If you can't, don't worry much about it. Again, there will be other lottos and great farming opportunities in the future. Now, some of you might be wondering if Paracelsus is an option. And he is. The problem being, though, that if you're going to be using him over Nero Bride, you're losing out on a good 40% attack buff on Dantes. That's going to really up the bar for the requirements, making an NP5'd Super Scope Dantes the only real option with him. And even then, carding is going to become a major concern, leading to additional RNG in your comp. Paracelsus thankfully can't handle Wave in this comp because requirements to make him do so would screw you out of an NP charge for Dantes, Scotty buff for Dantes at the appropriate time, or stars being available for carding in the second turn. As a result, he's an easier skill requirement than Bride, since you'll only need his third skill at 10. But remember, he requires a much higher NP level of Dantes support. So as I said in the beginning, I hope this helps some of you guys in Gilfest. I know it's super niche, but the goal is simply to help some of you not have to roll if you were on the fence about rolling for Dantes in Summer 3 or Lancelot in the Fate Zero rerun. And again, let me say guys, it's not the end of the world if you can't farm Gilfest optimally. There will be plenty of other opportunities going forward. So the only important thing is to make sure you do as many boxes as possible. That way your account will at least progress and put you in a good position to farm better in the future. If you're looking for a good support, or just want to join a great community, check out the Team Explosion Discord, where we have an active friend code exchange channel. Just be sure to go up to the channel at the top and assign yourself a role, otherwise the server will kick you. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out and gives me the support I need to keep making content like this in the future. Thanks.